Invite the Honorable Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development, Ms. Simelane.
Thank you very much, Deputy Chief Justice, Program Director. Allow me to stand on the salutations and acknowledgements of all our esteemed justices that we have made earlier on. Of course, without making a call to be referred to the Ethics Committee of Parliament, allow me to salute the Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Thoko Didiza. Our guest of honor, of course, outgoing Chief Justice. I'm not sure whether I must call you incoming Chief Justice or Chief Justice designate, but I will call you my sister, Sis Mandisa. President Mbeki, Mamzanele, the Arch, Bab Makhoba, Mama Makhoba ngiyabonga kakhulu. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Yesterday evening and this morning, I listened to glowing praises from friends, colleagues, as they describe our outgoing Chief Justice. All of these are deserved praises to a man who have given his best to our nation. One of your colleagues yesterday summed up your leadership. The judiciary was in the safe hands, that you were scholarly in how you approached your work. He went further to say you are calm, level-headed, and you never acted impulsively. I close quote. And for me, I think that's what sums up really the journey of 27 years and beyond, and what you have been experienced by your colleagues. And the person I'm quoting is smiling. All I am willing to say, in joining what Justice Malanga said yesterday, Titeto, Deoswanela. Yesterday, President Ramaphosa requested me to deliver a message of farewell to you on his behalf, not only as the President, but on behalf of all South Africans. And I would like to quote what he said, I must say, which I do believe I said it. But it is important that I repeat that you had made an extraordinary commitment. You were faithful to the Republic of South Africa and her people. You upheld and protected our Constitution. You helped entrenched human rights that are codified in our Constitution. But above all, you were full of confidence, and you also administered justice to all persons alike without fear, favor, or prejudice, which is aligned and it's in accordance with our Constitution. We thank you as a ministry again for your selfless and courageous service to the nation. And I can never thank you enough and your family for all the sacrifices that you have made in person and they've also made in allowing you to work in such a very demanding environment. And I'm saying this because in the history of South Africa, and I think your children will forever know, that it will always be divided in two parts, the pre-Zondo Commission and the post-Zondo Commission. We know what the pre-Zondo Commission chapter, it was a chapter that has been defined by colleagues, which had no accountability, and it had impunity. It is a chapter which had no consequences for the looting of state resources. But the second chapter, which you eloquently wrote, it is built on the findings and the recommendations from the Zondo Commission of the inquiry into the state capture. And this is a chapter we must commit today and beyond, that we must keep open to learn from every day of what should never be repeated. Most importantly, this is a chapter that should provide us as a toolkit on how to deal with corruption, malfeasance, and related tendencies. As you were delivering your last judgment, this morning, I couldn't help but to wonder how much are we spending as a state on litigation. Litigation that could be avoided. And I'm saying, DM, I think we may have to find a way from state-owned enterprises, national, provincial government, 257 municipalities. If we could all sit and really be held accountable as well on how much we spend, which could have been saved of the public purse, we could deliver more service and more services. Without really committing, DM Nel, I do believe he has an additional delegation. As I conclude, Chief Justice, you hang your robes at the end of the month. We shall always be grateful of your commitment to enhance performance in the standard in the judiciary, and of course, speeding up of the delivery of judgments in our courts. I've worked with you only for a month. Chief Justice sends a message at 11 p.m., at 6:20, at 8:29, uzazupendule, Minister. We can assure, even this morning I have his message. We can assure you, Chief Justice, that the ideas you shared and the tasks that are still underway will continue. Advocate Patori did indicate that the President has signed and agreed, Sestogo, into the establishment permanently of the ID, and will be rolling out together with the NPA its full establishment in terms of human capital and ultimately on the work that they should be doing with investigative powers, particularly dedicated to the work of the state capture. And coupled with that is a meeting we had with the President on Wednesday last week, where we were firming up what Advocate Patori and business are committed into the digitization center that will be assisting on that hand as well. And I'm saying this hopeful that we should be able to showcase to the nation that the work you have done and the bravery you have shown for South Africans is not in vain. I'm not certain about the judge's retirement, but Siswam Thembi, I will try my level best to afford you the peace you never had in the past 27 years. But know that there will be a call or two, and very soon. As you bow out, we wish you the best, and I know you are looking forward to spending quality time with your family and Sis Thembi. But once again, we will never let your sacrifice to have been in vain. When we see you somewhere outside the courtroom, we will point and show anyone who doesn't know there is a man who did his job well. He served our nation well, with distinction, and he was not vainglorious. Hambi ophumule. Siyabonga.